Hey everyone, we are live here on Instagram for our after party with the amazing Tiffany Hunt, Dr. Tiffany Hunt, and we just finished our chat over on Facebook Live, and it was really great. So if you have a chance to tune in, I will also be uploading that to Instagram here on our IGTV channel, so you can catch it there as well. And Dr. Hunt is absolutely amazing. She had some great tips and on coping mechanisms and how she's helping first-time responders right now. She's a wonderful person. So here she comes. We are just waiting for her. Here we go. It says waiting for, so she should be with us any second now. Hope you guys are all having a great Tuesday.
Hey.
Here it comes. Look at that. Oh, I don't need my headphones in anymore. I'm not plugged into the phone. Okay.
Yeah.
That was so great today. Thank you so much for all
Yeah.
your time.
Thanks so much for having me. Super appreciate it. Glad
Yeah,
to join. Yeah.
that's great. And I was thinking too, for people who want to learn more about sound therapy,
Right.
um, they can go, you've got a Tuned In with Tiffany Instagram page,
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instagram
And
page. I also have a Facebook page as well.
okay, that's
Yeah.
great. And I noticed too on your Facebook page, you've had a couple of interesting interviews that I think people should take a look at as well, with Amber Price,
Right.
who's a
Yeah.
medium. Yeah, those were
Yeah.
really inspiring.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's a right, like again, another integrative practitioner, and yeah, really values right, like mindfulness and approaching things from kind of that mind, body, spirit approach. So, yeah,
Yeah.
it's interesting. Yeah, she's a good connection as well. Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, yeah, they're really great interviews. So, have you made any plans for for outdoor sounding sessions so far, or are you sort of just
Yeah, I'm
seeing what's
kind
happening?
of, I would
Yeah.
like, I've attempted. I was
Yeah.
actually, because I'm waiting, right? Like, I think as it opens up a little bit more, like once we get the official
Yeah.
go ahead, right? Like for even 10 people,
Hmm.
it'll be, yeah, I would have, like, that was my goal. I really wanted to do a summer solstice session
Oh,
outside.
yeah.
Yeah, I was actually hoping to connect, right? Like even with a winery or something like that, right? So
Yeah.
maybe not this year, but next year. But in the meantime, definitely, as things start to open up, right? I would certainly like to do, right? Like some more stuff outside. Because like I said, when it's in nature, it just heightens the experience even more.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
definitely. Oh, yeah, that would be so magical to create that. But
Yeah.
yeah, and as life is, these things have a tendency to unfold just at the right time. So when you do
Right.
it, I know it's going to be spectacular.
Yeah, I'm so thank you. I'm super
Yeah.
excited. I can't wait. It's been hard, right? Like with COVID and not being able to do it quite as much. So yeah, I'm
Hmm.
definitely ready to get back at it, right? Like more regularly, and yeah, let people experience that. Because definitely the in person, it's nice, but you just don't get quite the same effect, right? Like over the computer or virtually as you do in person.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you about sounding as well because I've done some therapy myself through Reiki, and the therapist, she uses sounding as a way to for an emotional release.
Yep.
But the sounding comes from my own voice, and I find that that when I do it, it creates a real vibration. And one
Hmm.
of two things happen: I either start crying,
Right.
or or all of a sudden answers start coming to me
Coming.
very, very quickly.
Absolutely.
And I guess I wanted to talk to you about that. The whole rationale for doing this sounding is that you're really diving into your voice so that you have a voice, because
Exactly.
oftentimes as we get older, we
We've lost
don't, like
it
we
or
were talking about before,
connected.
coping mechanisms. Yeah. Yeah. Have you done that type of work as well, where you have, yeah? And
Yeah.
what's
Yeah.
your experience been with that?
So same kind of thing, and it is particularly important, right? And especially if you're somebody that you've noticed, right? Like you feel like you've got maybe a little bit lost along the way or lost your voice. It's really, an exercise on a few levels, right? Like to again become less inhibited, be able, right? Like to open up a bit more,
Mhm.
right? Like and release sometimes stuff, right? That you've been hanging on to as well. That's why, again, like we know even with trauma, uh, right? Like for the most part we don't, and especially if you've experienced it in childhood too, you don't store it verbally, right? Like you store it physically, you store it in your body, um, right? And so it is important to do more right brain. Like it can't just be talk therapy, it can't always be verbal, right? Like you do
Mhm.
have to find ways, and that's why sound's another option, right? Like to tap into some of that stuff to help, right? Like with release as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing because I had never heard of it, and I was doing it and I was kind of getting frustrated, like, why do I have to do this? I don't want to make this humming sound. I just want to talk
Just do
about,
it, yeah.
yeah, I want to talk about stuff. And then I'm like, oh, this is actually working. And then it was like the very next week, Tiff, you had posted about your sound therapy. And I'm like, what the heck is all this sound? Like, it was like the universe is trying to tell
I'm
me
just gonna
something.
say you're getting your messages from the universe,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so I highly recommend it. What you're doing is incredible. And I know you've got a busy day there, so I don't want to keep you, but I thank you so much for all your time and for all of the good that you put into this world. You are a magical, sparkly person, and I just love you. I think you're
Oh, yeah.
awesome.
And same to you. Thank you so much. You're also an inspiration, and thanks for again helping me shine through your creations too. So
Oh,
thanks for this opportunity.
no problem. Anytime. We'll
Okay.
talk again soon. Thanks,
Okay.
Tiff. Enjoy your day.
Yeah, you too.
Bye.